how did your personal training career begin?
Well, it wasn't easy. What happened was I grew up, had the passion for fitness, working out, and at that time when moved to the United States, I was 15 years old. I didn't know my way around. I didn't know like where to go, how to find my way out. So I thought that if I wanna, I grew up with a question: how can I turn my passion to a career? And so every day I would go to work that I hated, which was liquor store, because that's what my parents told me to do. If you wanna be successful, go work at a liquor store, because that's what they do. Like they own a liquor store, so they want me to be involved in the family business, and I freaking hated it. So every day I would ask myself, how can I turn my passion to a career? So I thought of a plan. I started competing for bodybuilding and physique, and then I thought, you know what? I think I got a plan for myself. I'm gonna start competing and I'll become a champion, and from there I would have a career, and there you go, problem solved. I'm going to turn my passion to a career. And if you don't know, bodybuilding is very freaking expensive sport, like thousands of dollars for supplements, competing, taking time off, and I'm only making $8 an hour at that time, barely paying the afford gas in my car. And so I thought of this idea. I need a sponsorship. Problem is I can't reach out for companies because I couldn't speak English at that time, which was very freaking difficult to do, difficult challenge. And I wouldn't even, I don't know how to spell words, so I can't even send an email that would make sense for someone to believe in me and work with me. And so I thought of this idea. My dad at that time, he still owns a hotel in the north of Iraq, and I thought if I need a sponsorship, I can probably help my father run the business and have him sponsor me, and then I can pursue my career for bodybuilding and then turn my passion to a career. Now back home, bodybuilding is big. It's like in the US, baseball or football. Bodybuilding is the second sport after soccer in Iraq. So I was like, I would be surrounded with champions, and then I'm gonna learn more, and then find a way to turn my passion to a career. So I spoke to my father, told him what the deal was, what I wanted to do. He said, you sure you want to do this? I said, yes. We shook hands. Next month, I'm in Iraq. Now I was thinking I was going home because that's where I grew up at. But after being in the States for about almost 10 years, I went back, wasn't home for me anymore. But still was exciting to go back. The first few months was fun. Old school culture and hanging out, and I was like, this is better than working at a liquor store. Felt like a boss over there, got employees working with me at the hotel, I'm running the business, like, okay, I'm made already, what else do I need? I had the chance to work with great champions, bodybuilders, which honestly, like today, my personal training career, I owe that to them because they taught me a lot. Took my training skills to the next level. Long story short, after a few months, I got bored. I'm like, I don't care about old school culture anymore. I don't care about handmade stuff and the organic food anymore. I don't care for that. But what happened was my father had taught me how to run the business after 4 months, and he went back to the States. Now I'm still in Iraq. And I got depressed just like this overnight. Very stressed, very homesick. Depression started eating me alive, losing sleep, gaining weight, struggled a lot. And I pretended I was okay because I don't want to, we're taught, man, don't cry. So I was pretending everything was fine, and I was not. So every time my parents would call, hey, how you doing? Is everything okay? Everything? I'm like, oh yeah, everything's fine. I was suffering. I was screaming from the inside. So fast forward, 8 months total, my father comes back. I tell him, hey, I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore because I'm exhausted. I don't feel like I'm being myself. This is not where I belong. I want to go back. He said, are you sure you want to do this? I said, yes. He said, well, you're a boss over here. You're going to go back to the States, liquor store business. You're an employee. I said, honestly, whatever it takes to pursue my career. At this point, I don't care about how much money I'm making. I don't care about position and all that. I just want to find myself again. And that's not being aligned with my passion. So he said, okay, wish you best of luck with it. Whatever you do, whatever you think is right, I just wish you success. I said, thank you. We shook hands. A couple of weeks later, I'm back to the States. Come back to the States. I thought I would be back and everything was fine. Then I realized I'm dealing with a lot of anxiety, social anxiety, being away from home, away from friends, different culture, a lot of pressure. And I'm like, shit, I gotta get myself out of this emotional mud that I'm in and find a way to survive again. So I desperately go back to the liquor store. And I was like, better than nothing. And one day I kept thinking, like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And I was driving back with one of my coworkers. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, driving back from the liquor store. My coworker's giving me a ride home. And we opened the conversation. He's like, hey man, how was your trip and all that? And I'm like, I told him the story. I was like, dude, I struggled. It wasn't easy. A lot of pressure, a lot of anxiety. And he's like, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I said, yeah, but anyways, I don't want to be negative about it. Looking for, something new, something to work on my passion. And I said, what's new with you? He said, man, if I tell you this, you won't believe it. He goes, everything I worked for, I achieved it. He goes, I'm making more money. He goes, I got like a percentage. I own like a part of a business somewhere. Everything is fine. He goes, dude, I'm struggling with my weight now. He goes, I've gained like over 55 pounds. And he's like, I hate that I go buy my favorite clothes at the mall and they don't fit me. And when he said that, I zoned out for like a good 2 minutes. And it's just like, it was like fire in me. It just felt that. I was like, it's like, bro, I can help you. He said, really? He said, yeah, man, that's what I've been looking for. I want to work with you. I said, look, we can help each other. I want to create a career for myself. I want to turn my passion to a career. You want to lose weight? I can help you. Let's help each other. All I ask you for, we take photos before and after and post them on Facebook. Mention me in it. That's it. He said, man, that means a lot to me. Let's do it. We shook hands and we did it that day. So that we had that conversation that night coming back from work. We started our first training day. You're not going to believe this. Listen to this. That day was on 2011, 11 a.m. No bullshit. We started to train. That by the way, I consider that my date of birth. Like the actual date of birth for my spirit was born again, was free. And so we took photos, we trained. Fast forward 2 months later, huge difference, posted on Facebook, people started contacting me. And actually in the beginning, I started to train under the table. So I would go to a gym, take my clients there, and then gym owners find out that who's this guy doing personal training? He doesn't even work with us. And I get kicked out. I got kicked out from 4 freaking gyms. I go from one place, get kicked out, go to another one, another 4 gyms. Then one day, I was working out at my local gym, like just doing my own workout. And I happened to have a conversation with somebody over there, talk about personal training. That person happened to be the manager there. And I said, I want to be a trainer here. And he said, yeah, no problem, but we're not looking for a trainer, so no hard feelings. I don't mind sitting down with you, go over get to know you, see what you're looking for, and in the future, if I need a trainer, I'll consider hiring you. I said, sure, why not? So we sit down, we have a conversation. I told him my story, told him how I got kicked out from 4 gyms, told him I'm still working for it. And he said, okay, what you got going on next week? I said, I'm free, nothing. So he's like, come back, I want to meet with you for like a second interview. I was like, sure. So I'm thinking like, that must be a good sign then. Now keep in mind something. I told you, I struggled with English a lot, and the language was a big problem. I just had the passion for fitness. I'm like, he can ask me all the questions he wants. I just hope one thing. Do not freaking give me a paper and a pen test where I have to take and have to read, because I struggle with reading. Even worse, I struggle with writing. Even worse, my handwriting sucks. Like, it's worse than the doctor's handwriting. So I go back. We have a conversation. I'm answering questions. Seems like the conversation is flowing. Everything is good. Next thing you know, he's like, you know what? I think you're a great trainer. I was like, thank you. And I'm thinking, okay, I got this. He goes to the office, comes back with a piece of paper and a pen for a freaking test. I was like, oh shit, no, I don't want to do this. And I was like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. I did not understand a thing in that paper. I mean, I knew what was the question, was about fitness, but the problem is like, how do I explain it to you? Like physiologically, how weight loss is like physiologically happens. And I'm like, you burn fat, go home. So try to write that on a piece of paper. It's freaking, to me, it was a big deal. So I told him, I was like, look, I struggle with English, and please understand, like, it's like my knowledge has nothing to do with a piece of paper. He said, no, I understand, no big deal. Just do your best, don't worry about it. I take the test, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then I give up. I said, this is the best I could do. Handwriting sucks, spelling sucks, grammar sucks. Nothing in that paper makes sense. It was like a caveman style. And he said, all right, well, I'll contact you and we'll go from there. I said, all right. Leave disappointed. Sometimes things don't go your way. There's nothing you could do except for just keep searching until you find. So I'm like, all right, it's not meant to be. Walk away from it. I'm driving to the liquor store that same day. That same week. I'm like, dude, I hate this. I don't want to go back to the liquor store. Who cares? I'm going to go apply at a different gym. Right before I arrived to the store, I get a phone call from the manager. Hey, Sam, how you doing? I was like, good, doing great. What's going on? I was like, no, I'm just going to work right now. He said, I need a copy of your driver's license, I need a copy of your certification, I need a copy of your CPR certificate. And I was like, yeah, am I hired? He's like, yeah. I said, what? And like, well, when I was on the phone, like in my head, because, you know, I had the whole total expectation. So in my head, I was like, holy shit. I did backflips in my head, but on the phone I was like, oh, okay. So I said, okay, that sounds good. He said, when can you stop by? I said, tomorrow I'll be there. He said, all right. I said, if the gym opens at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll stop by at 3 o'clock in the morning. He said, no, I got you. Come back tomorrow, just bring me a copy and we'll get you started. I'll show you how the system works here. I said, yes, sounds good. All right, I'll see you. Before hangs, I was like, question. He said, what? I said, why did you hire me? He said, why not? Aren't you a good trainer? I said, I'm a great trainer. But I expected to, I didn't expect you to hire me because, you know, I struggled with the language and I struggled with the grammar and everything. So how did you not judge me on that? He said, that's no big deal. He said, I can teach you everything you need to learn. I've done this multiple times. I can teach you everything you need to learn, but I cannot teach you two things. I said, what are they? He said, desire or hunger, he said, which is desire, hunger and persistence. He said, that I cannot teach you. Both together, that's your passion. He goes, I cannot teach you passion. I cannot teach you hunger. I cannot teach you desire, but I can teach you everything else. So I'm not worried about your grammar, your spelling, that's no big deal. You're going to be here, you're going to serve people. People don't care about your spelling. People care about how much you care. And that was like, shit, why did I judge myself too much? And I looked at myself less than who I am. I get hired. Within 1 year, I'm a top trainer. We had 20 trainers. I'm number one. Stayed number one for over 8 years. Even when my personal training career evolved to speaking, so I started speaking locally. I would host my own seminars or workshops, and my clients will bring their coworkers and they come join my workshops. And then people start calling me from all over the place. I had even people call me from California. I live in Michigan. People call me from California. Hey, I want to train with you. People from Canada. Hey, I want to work with you. And I'm thinking, like, how can I reach out for these people? And that's when I took it to the whole next level, turned my whole entire personal training career to a digital personal training course. And now I've been having a blast serving thousands of people from all around the world. Not only just spending 1 hour with one person. Now I have people contact me from all around the world. I hear their stories and they're happy going through the experience. And I feel better about myself being able to reach out for more people. And most importantly, being my true self. Like, I was meant for more. I didn't understand it until I had to go through all that struggle that I just told you. And now I look back and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. It had to happen in order to get me to where I'm at now. And I'm very blessed. I really feel very blessed about it and very grateful, most importantly. And the journey, there's no end to it. The journey is always unfolding, it's going, it's your choices, your decision. There's a saying, you cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight and decide where do you want to go, whose life you want to live. I wanted to live my life, and that's what I'm doing today, right now. That's why me and you having this connection, having this conversation. I hope this was inspiring. I hope this was eye-opening for you. If you have any questions, don't hold back. You can contact me, reach me, whether you're watching me through YouTube or Facebook, wherever, platform you're watching this video from. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and ask questions. I don't hold back. I love to give back, share my knowledge and experience with you, and push you to do better. You win, I win, we all win. So let's all grow together. I'll see you on the next video, all right?